go fit carry am. Did you hear it?
I think I heard that. Yes, it
Yes.
was the
Okay.
this thing. I heard
You
it.
see, connect that word, connect it with what he went to Aso Rock to do after he came back, and he now traveled to Mecca. He now came back. That was when he made that statement. That is to tell you that his sponsor, he was directly being sponsored by Agbado himself
Of
to
course.
create another Boko Haram, because he made mention of that. He said if they try anything, he said the thing when they go do, he go pass Boko Haram
No,
own.
he actually said, I listened to it when Nigeria was played the video from
Yes.
the beginning. I've been listening since the beginning. He said Boko Haram will be child's play. And when he
God,
said that, I
God
just shook
bless
my
you.
head. He said
But
Boko Haram will
but
be child's
but
play.
but do you know what surprises me in Asari's position situation? Asari, you are a Jaw, you claim. Ijaws, look at their land. Are they the best developed area in the country? Let's face it. Is Ijaw land the most developed area in the country? It's not. I thought people like Asari Dokubo, you claim this. What you should be doing is this your agitation or something should be all the refinery in Ijoland must be functioning. You go even make and say refinery should only be in Ijoland. You are agitating for your people. Employment will be for them. Then you are carrying gun, threatening maybe Igbo man no do you anything. Edo man didn't care for you. Yoruba, you are threatening every. Who are you threatening? For what? Will that help your people? That is what you say you are a Joe. Buguma, Kalabari, Nembe, Yenegua. Are they modern cities? They are not. Is that not what we see here on video clips? People drinking water where they are urinating. Why can't you use, if you know you are close to power, what you should be talking by now? We should have heard that they've awarded a very big road project only for a job. That is what we want to hear. Then we envy you. Then you carry gun, they make noise, they give you money. Tomorrow you say you blow person. Why are you blowing?
The
He
truth is
doesn't.
that,
Ah,
Mr. Sen, Dr. Sen, why it will be difficult to achieve is that no matter how you look at it, you must give the Fulani oligarchs, you must give them thumbs up for their ability to manage and control power. They just look at other people and look at the weak points in these people, pick them
yes,
out, and use them to destroy those people. In
exactly.
every part of the country, they have those people. Otherwise, what will make as rich as Ojus or Kalu is busy wearing turban up and
Mm,
down
mm,
just to please his masters or what? What is he actually looking for? Look at Godswill Akpabio. Look at all of them. They are all
mm.
compromised. And
No,
this,
no. Before they became what they were, they went there to swear oath for them.
of course, of
So
course,
then they know. It's not that there are people. Maybe somebody like Peter Obi, they must have cornered him. Obi said no, so that's why they leave him to the patrol on
that
his
is
own.
exactly the
Uh-huh,
point I've been
uh-huh.
making because now they are all scared because it is obvious they don't have anything on this man. So if he comes to power, he's going to do everything he wants to do. He's going to act freely
Mhm.
without any opposition. He's going to act freely, not caring whose horse is God, because he's free. He's not tainted with anything, doesn't have any file. He doesn't
Yes.
see, for example, like Tinubu now. Do you think Buhari and his gang, they will just cover their eyes and allow Tinubu to be there? No. They have his files, they have everything about him.
It's
So
true.
Buhari is just there as an arrowhead. He cannot do anything that they don't want him to do because they have his file, everything well kept. So the
Mhm.
point is that we must all keep fighting to ensure that we get somebody that can actually turn the table around. Like Nigerians keep saying, in a satanic country, you cannot get justice when the people that are going to enforce the justice, they themselves are corrupt. You can never get justice. And unfortunately, that's the situation we have found ourselves in this country. If we ever think that any of these people in power, Atiku, Tinubu, all of them, they are going to do something different, we are all just joking. Even Peter Obi's sojourn in the PDP is a blessing. It's a
It's
blessing
true.
in
It's
disguise
true.
because being there, he has been able to understand the power play and everything that go on in that circle. And that is why even while he was there, you can't still find anything to taint his name because he was very specific, he was focused, he knew what he was doing. Imagine if he was to be coming just from the outside and coming to
Yes.
rule the country. They are going to play a lot of games, a lot of booby traps everywhere for him. But now he has gone, he has understood everything. Just like our Lord Jesus Christ, I'm not comparing to the Lord. When Jesus Christ died, 3 days, he went to hell. He went there to go and fight. Obi has gone. He has seen these people in their full glory. He has attended the same meeting with them. He has been in the same executive council with them. He has been at the highest level of decision making. And even this INEC chairman, he worked under Obi.
Yes, he said so.
He worked under Obi. So all these people, in terms of administration, in terms of exposure and everything, His Excellency has everything, all it takes. People keep saying the man is too gentle. Gentle what? Go and listen to his speech at Chatham House. Then you see a different Peter Obi completely. Go and listen to his speech again.
No, no. The thing is, the
Yes, go on, please.
type of poverty we are and underdevelopment, not because there is no idea, not because we don't know what to do to be better than Tanzania or even better than Egypt within 2, 3 years. It's because of the fact that there's what they call wickedness. Somebody might just carry you with all your talent, put you under his chair, and be sitting on you instead of allowing you to develop. What Obi is pledging, Obi said, we will open up Nigeria. There will be production. Production cannot just be producing, it may be yam, plantain. We will produce anything. He said the massive agricultural land of the north will be the next crude oil. Farmers will contribute and export so that that dollar, you will get it. That is what he wants. But the people, because when you give a man power, you know why poverty is in the north is because they don't want them to develop. An average northerner politician, unlike us in the south, when you're a politician, you will like to say, let me launch even if you're a senator, you say, let me do my scholarship foundation, let me do this, give people, buy school. They don't do it in the north. They don't.
No, they don't.
They don't.
So,
What they want them is breed children, give them plate, put them on Dangote trailer, send them to the south to beg. If they disturb them, they say they are beating them. In the north, they just be wallowing about. Make sure all of them have PVC, whether they are 2 years old or 3 years old. By the time they come, they bring them out, say go and vote. Otherwise, power will leave us. Haruna Guru said it here. So with that type of thing, you can plan, and they will see it as when like all this idea we are raising. For instance, let me go back to Batin Naji. When Batin Naji built that type of thing in Aba, and just because gas is not under state, it's a federal. Now he told NNPC, now let us pipe gas. It's not free, oh. So that it starts, we pay. Because it's Igbo man in Aba, they said no. Why can't you tell Batin Naji, okay, do it. We want one in a lorry. We want this type of thing. All Batin Naji will say is that a lorry, oh yeah, if you raise money, this is the. I mean, it's like building a house. You see
the,
a
the,
house, you see
the
a building
system
you
they
love in
operate,
Lekki. You,
the
you,
system they operate, it doesn't
exactly.
work like that.
It
What
doesn't work. You see,
the kind of society these guys want, I think it was too a Black Panther that said earlier that we in the South we are far far ahead of them.
ahead of them.
The kind of life they want is to create the very rich and the very poor. And the 1% that are very rich, they control the 99% that are very poor and use them to do whatever they want to do. Because you can imagine in that same note that they preach Sharia law, blah, 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 blah. They send their children to the UK to school. If their children want to get married, it's full, glamorous marriages. But they force the other people to be living a primitive kind of life. Not until
Exactly.
we break all these sentiments, we are not going anywhere. Like I keep saying, it's only His Excellency Peter Obi that has the mind, the capacity, the willpower to be able to change this status quo.
Can
Without
I
saying,
can
the,
I
the
can I
good
put an input?
let me just quickly round
Okay.
up. I'm going to round up now. Before I round up, I don't know if what's his name again? Give us our mandate is still there. You
All
know,
right,
give us our mandate.
Mr.
I
Chris.
listened to you yesterday. There was this man that called in. One man goes to the moon, and your performance, your response to his argument yesterday was very, very super. I feel I should just commend you, despite the fact that the man is a Obama like you, but you gave
Okay,
him a
yeah,
very
yes, yes,
powerful
yes.
response yesterday. Yeah, yesterday I think it's one man goes to the mall, whatever he calls himself.
Tomorrow,
Yeah,
tomorrow.
and yeah, give us our mandate.
Now
Well,
now they call Omono Zozo.
give us our mandate. Thank you yesterday for
Okay,
that beautiful
Mr.
response.
Chris.
All to God, sir.
To be honest, when you mentioned listening to Peter Obi again in Chatham House, I've been having that in mind for the past a week now, but because we don't have time, so please, if you guys don't mind, let's listen to Mr. Peter Obi
Okay,
again
yeah, yeah, that's good.
in Chatham House at least for the next 10-15 minutes, so
You
that
see the goodness.
yes. So I'm happy that you just mentioned it. That's
For
okay.
that 10, 15 minutes, close channel, say, won't go sleep. Oh. Just
No, we did here till morning. No worry, till morning.
and they pull your leg.
You say I be like
We dey here.
jam for his akishi for them. Huh? I said, up at the end, I give us a mandate. If you not say give us a mandate, they shout. You know, say don't you at the yam and they go to school. You know. All right, let's take this chapale. Let's listen to our principal.
Thank you, Lex. Let me respectfully stand on all due and existing protocols. In agreement with my belief in the primacy of gratitude among virtues, please allow me to begin today with the word of gratitude. I'm most grateful to Chatham House, Dr. Ellis Vines, and his team for the global impact of their mission and commitment to engagement with nation building in Nigeria. In providing this global platform to interrogate the vision of those seeking to lead Nigeria at this time with clear existential threats, as I will discuss shortly, are pervasive across our dear country. This Chatham House event challenges us to a new thinking. We have an alarming insecurity that led to loss of many lives and properties, significant decline in food and economic output, immense trauma that has compromised the mental health of communities, and in some cases, identity pressures and disaffection with the Nigerian project. The economy is in crisis with a troubling debt profile worsened by oil thefts of proportion once hard to imagine. 2 economic recessions in 6 years and lamentable power sector that have significantly constrained manufacturing and social life. The Nigerian state is captive to an elite gang up and a rentier political economy that concentrated power in hands of those who came to power and influence mainly through their own contrivances and influence rather than affirmation of the people, and therefore do not have the incentive to serve the people. Even after exploiting the ethnic and religious cleavages, sentiments to ascend to political power, the very people on whose sentiments they grab power often become the primary victims of such political fraud that has rendered Nigeria a failing state with worsening leadership crisis. Consequently, Nigerian democracy had been on the wane, evident in Afrobarometer longitudinal tracking, which reveals low voter turnout. But this seems to have turned around dramatically last year, allowing independent National Electoral Commission to register over 12 million new voters, with many more complaining they wish to register, but unable to do so due to a INEC deadline. What prompted this turnaround? We may ask. The reason for these very high stakes are lurking in the facts of demographics, with our dominant population, the youth, frustrated and unhappy with the status quo and diminished opportunities in Nigeria in an age of globalization, when internet can easily reveal to them prosperous homes of those who live in a better led and governed countries. How did we, Nigeria, plunk or get here in such an economic decline that we have overtaken India as a home for the biggest pool of absolute poor in the world, when there are 7 times our population? While the poverty rate in India is 16%, that of Nigeria is 63%, with 133 million people classified as multidimensionally poor. This is unacceptable and needs to change. What Nigeria needs is a great escape. As 2015 Nobel Prize winner in economics, Angus Deaton of Princeton University, elucidated that what separates poor and rich nations is attributed to health and education. But what provides quality health and educational system for a society committed and focused leadership that can build and sustain public wealth, as I was told by Professor Donald Jacob of Kellogg School of Management. In many ways, this is the heart of my remarks today, which are deeply rooted in my upbringing, particularly my mother's counsel, that I live a life of positive impact and manage both personal and public resources most prudently for the sustainable, inclusive growth of development of the society. It is this principle that guided my stewardship as governor of Anambra State of Nigeria and led to our much commended performance with some prize awards to show for it. Some awards for outstanding accomplishments in key Millennium Development Goals, now Sustainable Development Goals. It is the same counsel and principle that is guiding and motivating me to offer to serve in a new Nigeria. The answer lies in leadership, institution, and demographics. The good news is that the demography is driving the change we're seeing in Africa, with election after election last year in Africa, in which establishment parties are being upturned by new and small parties. It is this change that my vision of policy change and institutional development is rooted in a push for a broadened scope of social mobility and freedom for Nigeria, particularly for the youth and women. Like the former British Prime Minister, Harold Macmillan, said, at the start of the independence decade, a wind of change is blowing across Africa. Today, that new wind of change sees the ballot box as being instrumental to changing of bad leadership. Senator Yusuf Dat Ahmed, my running mate, and I are committed to new politics that start with ethics of servant leaders and anchored on marriage of clean hearts and skillful hands. We know that unless we change the politics by changing the political leadership, we are stuck in this terrible state of underdevelopment and misery. We will build patriotically our institutions, particularly the ones directly responsible for implementing government policies, to make them fit for purpose. It is not to be doubted at the global scene that Nigeria is blessed with some of the most entrepreneurial youths in the world, in science, in business, in art and entertainment. We believe that what remains is the changing of leadership class from great detectors to creators of value, from those whose wealth and power drive from the decision of the nation and its people to those who have demonstrated competence, character, capacity to invest in human development, create prosperity, and instill right values and ethical conduct deserving of servant leaders. Nigeria today is at a critical juncture, and the people led by the youths, brutalized by bad leadership, are awake and leading the movement to transform Nigerian politics and restart the engine of economic growth and social stability. We count ourselves honored to be trusted, especially by the youth, to lead this democratic revolution, and we are deeply pledged to do so with sincerity, accountability, and unquenchable love and desire for a better Nigeria. We are simply the symbol of Nigerian youth struggle to reverse this ugly trend that keep driving them into social anarchy, despair, and rejection of their country.
All right, guys, let's listen to one or two questions that people thrown at him. Then we take it from there. Thank you very much. Let's see, because we're having some kind of questions that were coming in. Let's take it from here, for example.
A few questions. We'll take them in threes, or you can stay there as you wish.
Yeah.
Look, the first question, we have, at the moment, the analytics are showing we have tens of thousands of people watching. So my apologies if you are on Facebook, YouTube, the Chatham House channel. We can't take questions from you. On Zoom, we have hundreds of questions that have come in. One question is from Baba Femi Adibola, who is asking the following question. Given the complexity of Nigeria's democracy and the Labour Party not projected to have the majority in the National Assembly, how would you work with legislators to ensure the radical reforms you are proposing come to light if you win the presidential election? So that's one question. Just hold that there. And I'm going to go right to the back of the room, right at the corner there. The gentleman right in the corner. Yes. So, yes, you. Please go ahead. Introduce yourself and one question, please. Thank you.
All right, thank you. My name is Ajiboye Tsumishi from Huddersfield University. So my question is simple. The activities of the IPOP in Nigeria is on alarming rate every day. And with all the policy, beautiful ideas that you've listed down, sir, without tackling security head on, they are impossible. So one of the allegations given to you is that you've not condemned the activities of the IPOP. So, and the tackling of security.
I wonder where this fool dey now. How Nigeria they go right now. This fool now, we don't see him for social media anymore till today. May can't talk against the person who send and come and ask this stupid question.
See?
Can you sum up, please?
Let me land.
Land now.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's
Sorry, I'm a student. We are to line. Tackling of security, how will you tackle it, sir? Are you introducing,
please.
Are you introducing state police, or are you strengthening the federal government security apparatus? Thank you.
Thank you very much. I have another question that has come in, which I want to ask from our virtual audience, and it's from Vivian Ahekwezu, who's asking the following. Vivian is asking, for many years, Nigeria has underinvested in healthcare. What are your plans for achieving universal health coverage, where access to healthcare is a right rather than a privilege, as well as ensuring sustained funding for epidemic preparedness and response. We did have a similar question for Mr. Tunubu in the last session that we did. So there are 3 questions there for you, Peter, and then I'll come through the audience here. Please just be patient.
First question is, how do you deal with the legislators, considering that Labour Party is probably not in control of the legislative arm of the government? Quite frankly, I've been through this as a governor. When I was elected and sworn in as the governor, I have 30 House members, not from my party. In fact, nobody from my party was involved. As long as you are pursuing what is right, everybody will go with you, because the legislator is insecure in his place. He knows that his people are without job, and that's what he wants. He wants development. What else is he elected to do? It becomes a problem when you are pursuing transactional policies, which will benefit you, or you're engaging in nepotism where you have to. But if you address it by strictly following the Constitution, which spells out that the system is characterized by simply that will have diversity and all is included, and you did the right things, you don't need to worry about that. On the issue of IPOB, maybe you're not following me. Even yesterday, I spoke about Biafra being ended 53 years ago. It's all over the place in the space. I condemn all agitators, but in condemning them, you have to look at what brought about these agitations all over the place. It's not only IPOB. We have Yoruba Nation movement. We have all sorts. When you have created this level of massive poverty, where 63% of your population is poor, you're going to create all sorts of problems. I was speaking to a British minister this morning. I said we have about 40% unemployment. And we have about 60% youth unemployment, young people in their productive age doing nothing. If you have 15% unemployment in Britain today, you're going to have massive, remember, agitation. Nobody will be able to leave his house. So what you're seeing is a cumulative effect of leadership failure over the years, which will be solved by good governance. When people start seeing justice, fairness, and inclusive government and doing the right thing, all those things will start reversing itself. And that is what me and that is offering. I will talk and discuss with all agitators. There's nothing wrong in that. People agitate even in my house, and I talk with them. So I'll deal with everybody. I'll show you of that. Don't worry about that. On issue of health, yes, we have a problem with health. We have underinvested, and because our government have not prioritized our development agenda, everybody knows that the only measure of development that is recognized globally today is Human Development Index. And this is hinged on 3 items: life expectancy, which is health. And we are low in that. Nigerian life expectancy today is about 50-something, as against global average of 72. So we're low. Same in education. So it's to prioritize that. I just gave somebody an example. In the past 5 years, from 2015 to 2021, Nigerian budget in health is under 2.5 trillion naira for 200 million people. It's unacceptable. Even this year, our budget for health is about 1.5 trillion. Our budget for education is about 2 trillion. 2 of them combined, annual budget is about 3.5 trillion. When your 6-month budget for subsidy, which is a criminalized, listen, is 3.6 trillion. It's unacceptable. You have to put money in key development areas, as Professor Johnson has just mentioned, and I read out here, that what separates country, rich and poor, is health and education. So it's clear. So we will deal with it. But he said, how do you cover it? Nations of our size have covered it. How did India, for 1.4 billion people, cover issue of health? How did Indonesia cover that? We have big nations that have done it well. If we don't know how to do, we learn from them. There's nothing wrong in learning if you don't know how to do it.
I'm going to take more questions. Now, there is someone who has such a strong arm. Their arm has been up for 15 minutes. Now, I'm not going to say that's criteria for taking question next time, but madam, you get the question. You have the strongest arm in the audience. Please introduce yourself. One question.
Thank you so much. Good afternoon and welcome, sir. My name is Priscilla Winkbo, and I'm an independent broadcaster here in London. And sir, you spoke about your point number 5, which is to generate electricity and power in Nigeria. And you spoke about transmission, distribution, and generation. But I think it's fair to say that our problems with power goes beyond those 3 areas. And the main problem that I see here is this. We have a population, or part of the economy, shall we say, those who supply spare parts, the engineers, those who work within that sector, whether it's those that are selling generators. And we know that that issue is perhaps the biggest issue when it comes to our power generation. So my question here is this. How do you plan, number 1, and I'm going to take a risk here, to deal with the big boys, and how do you also plan to address that economy that will then no longer exist because you have generated power? Because I'm sure that they too will rise up against it. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. We did online have lots of questions about refining also. And so this is a key issue that people are asking questions about. So the gentleman there, a bit further along. Yes, there, you, just there, yeah. Please go ahead, introduce yourself.
Thank you very much.
Question.
Good to see you, Peter. Paul Arkwright, I was the British High Commissioner to Nigeria from 2015 to 2018, and it's good to see you in London, sir. Thank you very much for your talk. I've now moved into private business. I'm a consultant, and I'm advising companies and funds, investors, to look at Africa, to look at Nigeria, to consider investing there. And everyone agrees, I think, that FDI, foreign direct investment, is critical to the future of Nigeria. But they, at the moment, they're very cautious, and that's putting it diplomatically. When you become president, sir, could you tell me the sort of 3 things you would do in the first, let's say, 100 days, which would encourage, which would send the right signal to foreign investors to look again at Nigeria, not just look again at Nigeria, but to invest in Nigeria? Because
after Peter Obi answered this question, what he will do in first 100 days, I'll stop it so that more free talk. I beg.
As you know, I'm one of Nigeria's strongest supporters, and I think this is a country which is worth investing in. Thank you.
Okay. And I will come back to this side. The gentleman just there, you sir, just there. No, behind, sorry. You're the lucky one. One question short, please, give your name.
Good evening. It's William Owomayi, the UK's young ambassador to the Commonwealth and a member of Chatham House. You've caught Nigeria by storm in recent months with your campaign and your vision to unify Nigeria, mobilizing young people all across the country. You mentioned debt a few times in your speech. Currently, the government is repaying debt to the central bank at an interest rate of 19.5%, which is extremely high. How do you plan to support the next generation?
The government is paying?
Repaying the central bank debt by 19.5%. interest rate. How do you plan to support the next generation by dealing with the debt repayment crisis? And also, how do you plan to deal with tackling financial transparency in Nigeria? The central bank hasn't released its balance sheet in about 3 years.
Thank you. There you go, Peter. 3 questions.
Let me start with my sister there. He talked about the big. What you're saying is about the big boys who are selling generators. Let me assure you what we've been campaigning on. Our campaign, you have heard them say we don't have structures. That is the structure we're trying to destroy. Structure of criminality. That is what I mentioned. That Nigeria is being held captive. That structure is structure that have impoverished Nigeria. We will dismantle it. It will not be there. I assure you of that. We're going to turn around the power sector. Nigeria generates about, today, 56,000 megawatts of electricity for 200 million people. And South Africa, the second biggest in terms of economy in the continent, 5 to 6,000, that's been 5 to 6,000, sorry. And South Africa, the second biggest economy, 60 million people, generates about 40 to 50,000. And South Africa, in the past 3 months, have declared emergency in power and said anybody can generate up to 100 megawatts without license. So somebody who is 60 million, generating about over 40,000, declared emergency. What do you think somebody with 2 million people generating 5 to 6,000 will do? War. I'm going to declare war on power, and I'll solve it.
This man must be my president.
So be it.
He must be my president.
Bringing back foreign investor is very simple, Paul. Foreign investor is like bee and honey. All you need is to create honey. The way bee will find the place is very simple. Foreign capital is scared of corruption. Is scared of bad policies. Is scared of where there's no rule of law. You need to put a regulatory environment that makes it conducive. You need to secure it. That is at the heart of what Dati and I are offering. We will build that intangible assets of securing the country, making sure that we govern to rule of law. We will fight corruption. Dati have a record that is the only National Assembly member who refused to buy property of government when it was offered to all National Assembly members. You can go and look at his record. If you have seen anywhere he has compromised or put himself in a transactional position. And I'll stop running. I know how I approached him. And I told him, I and you owe it to save our people. That's why we came together. And we came back and said, we'll work as a team. We'll solve this problem. Go and check my record. I've governed the state for 8 years. And I've challenged everybody. Paul, you were there. I've been the only governor till today. The day I left office, I was not owing salary, pension, gratuity, or any contract or any supplier. And I left in 3 banks in Nigeria, which I say every day. Access Bank of Nigeria, Fidelity Bank of Nigeria, and Diamond Bank. I left over $150 million. I didn't say naira. And I have over 30 billion naira. And Anambra State, you can go and verify. I've never had a bottle. Anambra State have never bought me. There's no land allocated directly or indirectly by me, and I signed over several thousands of CFO Anambra has never bought me a bottle of water since I left office. So you can go.
And God go punish Mahmoud Yakubu. Now God go punish him.
The first thing about stopping corruption is yourself. If you're not involved, your wife is not involved, your family is not involved, those around you are not involved, you reduce it by over 50%. And that's what I'm going to do. And I'm sure, Paul, you know that. We are committed. We can't disappoint these youths. We must build a new Nigeria. And we'll deal with that. Investors will come back. Those who left, even the young people who are today living, they'll come back. We want to bring them back. Nigerians are prepared to come back if they can find that they have a country to go back to. This green passport, people must be proud to use it.
Not finish. And that is what I said earlier on. I want to be proud of my passport again. I want to be proud to be called a Nigerian. I want to be proud to live in my own country. Yes, be proud of my country. And the only person that can do this for us, that can set the pace, is Peter Obi. Then others will follow. That's it. Let's talk more about investors, how we can develop our own country, like we were randomly talking earlier on. I don't want us to focus in one particular area. Let's the topic is still about random discussion. Thank you very much, my people. I wanted to put that in. It was Mr. Chris that was talking earlier on. Mr.
Yeah.
Chris, I'll come back to you again. So
Yeah.
after you, then you guys can interject each other and speak from there. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much for playing back this recording. And I think, I just want to expatiate on what His Excellency Peter Obi said in that recording. Now, he touched, because the reason I kept referring to this speech is because he touched on the very key reasons why Nigeria is where we are today. And these are the reasons the oligarchs, the big men, the corrupt politicians, these are the things they have been avoiding. From the very beginning of the speech, you could hear him saying that people come to power using ethnicity and religion. And after they get to power, they abandon those people that they rode on their wings to get to power. And that is exactly what the northern oligarchs, that's exactly what they are doing. And don't forget, it was part of the many sins of Jonathan when he decided to build 300 schools, Alimanjiri schools across the north. And the northern leaders, they wouldn't have any of that because Jonathan was going to wisen up their people, in quotes, and they don't like their people standing up to them like we do in the south. No, these are very delicate areas that nobody, no politician dare touch. You remember clearly when Atiku tried to write something about Deborah, he quickly deleted that tweet because of that fan base of the downtrodden people in the north. And this man, His Excellency Peter Obi, was bold enough to touch on that part. Then the second part he touched on is power. We all know that this power thing, it is not rocket science generating power. It is not. But the people that has held the country in its jugular will never allow any person to go close to trying to do something about power. You can imagine Buhari's 8 years, nothing was done when it came to power. Even Obasanjo, it is not that it is difficult, it is deliberate. But His Excellency Peter Obi was bold enough to mention those things. And that was when he even delved into the structure of criminality, that the structure that is keeping us from having power is going to dismantle all those structure. Now, if he mentions that, you just imagine the volume of people, the number of people he has touched with that statement. I remember one time, I think it was like 3 or 4 weeks ago, Mr. Edwin was cautioning us that we shouldn't be saying that the corrupt people, when Peter Obi gets to power, is going to deal with them. He said statements like that could make these people to kind of not want to give him power. That is actually true. But Peter Obi was bold enough to mention those things, not in the local, not in Nigeria, but at the international scene. He wasn't political about it. He wasn't trying to be correct about it. He just said it the way it is. Then the third thing he mentioned towards the end of this discussion was that he said he was going to govern through the rule of law. And this is what our leaders have been escaping. This is what Black Panther has been talking about, that we don't have a constitution. We don't. But this man has made that bold statement that is going to govern through the rule of law. And this is what these leaders are afraid of, because they know that if you govern with the rule of law, everything will come to normalcy. The only difference between Africa, in short, developed world, and the worlds that are not developed is the rule of law. The law doesn't have to be democracy, because in China, there's no democracy. But the law has to be that the law that is obtainable in that country must be obeyed. You must walk through that law and obey that law. His Excellency Peter will be touched on those aspects without mincing words, without just think. He just said it the way it should be. So for a leader that's able to come up and say all this, if you listen to every other person that has been campaigning, they keep avoiding these salient points. They only just talk about, I'll do this, I'll do that. In short, Agbado himself, he ran away from from any form of interview. He didn't want to have anything to do with it. If you remember, there's this lady that defected, Hamatu, or what's her name, that went to see Agbado in UK. She said she asked Agbado what is his plan for the North, and
Okay,
Agbado
yeah.
told him that
Najatu,
Najatu, yeah,
Najatu Mohammed.
yeah,
Yes,
that
yes, I've said that several times.
yes, that he cannot say anything. He's afraid for his life. That is what Agbado told Najatu. And this is the same thing His Excellency Peter Obi, he's saying at an international stage, saying it for all the world to hear. And Agbado could not even, he wasn't even bold enough to talk about these issues, even in his closet. So it takes a man that knows that if you do anything, there is nothing that you can have on me. It takes that kind of man to be able to muster up that courage to say things like this. So this Peter Obi is not just an ordinary man. He's a gift to this country. And if we miss it, and that is what these people are, that's all their plan. They want us to miss this opportunity, because if they are able to get rid of somebody like Peter Obi, they will never give opportunity for somebody like this to ever come up again. If they had believed that this campaign would get this far, they would have looked for other means to stop him. But unfortunately, the man is simply unstoppable. He's unstoppable. You can't tie him
But,
to any form
but
of corruption.
can I
So
interject a
yeah,
bit?
I just, that's just the summary of what I want to say. I've just rounded up. So Mr.
Okay, yeah,
Endawa, thank you very much for replaying this again. Thank you so much.
it's true. You see what Peter, this Chatham House question and answer. It says a lot about the character of the man, not really what he's going to do, but his character. Look at what he said about power. Very emphatic that South Africa, with about 50 something million people and generating about 60,000 megawatts, are declaring a emergency that anybody can generate up to 100 megawatts. Anybody in South Africa, just help yourself. He said, but Nigeria with 200 million people generating about 4 to 5 or 5 to 6,000. Yet, what do you think this is going to do? It's how to declare war, saying it's going to solve it. So that is emphatic. And look at the parallel he drew. Then secondly, Nigerians, we always like, to play tribal politics and nepotism. Look at the first question, that Labour Party does not control the legislature, and then what can he gonna pass bill, all this. He told them that everybody come to politics for the good reasons. That as long as they see his plan and he's doing the right thing, everybody will fall in place. They can't stop him. He will do it, because by the time you see what he's doing, definitely you will. That's how he managed the Anambra State. And finally, what he said about corruption, how to fight corruption. That if he's not corrupt, he's not taking and all this, all that. It means a lot. That's what he's trying to tell them, that this is where the problem of Nigeria starts. And then the question on foreign direct investment, he said foreign money is like, and the investment is like a bee and honey. All you need is to keep honey somewhere. How bee we find it, you won't know. In other words, when people tell you Bola Agbado man is in France, he's already dealing. When I look at Nigerian press are the greatest evil in Nigeria. He said, "Oh, Tinubu is in France. He's discussing investment with foreign partners."
Where is the outcome of the France?
See, listen, the thing, you see, what pains that I now know why Jonathan, because if Jonathan hadn't strayed into helping Al-Majiri, probably they must have left him. But he want to open their eyes, like somebody said, and it's true. Look at how can you see, I keep telling people, ambassadors, if Nigeria has diplomatic relation with about 100 countries or 180, all of them have got their high commissioners or ambassadors in Nigeria. If today the president of Nigeria goes to, say, Norway and sat Norwegian businessmen down, their chamber of commerce, Norwegian chamber of commerce, you address them in a dinner that these are the opportunities in your country. If you do this, we do it this way. In fact, if you come in, they will clap for you, drink tea with you, pose for photograph. Then that paper you presented, they will discuss it. Before they make their final decision, the Norwegian ambassador to Nigeria will have an input. That is the man that will say go or don't go. Because you are there for the country. And the man will say, look, is this Nigeria we are? Forget about what your president tells you. This is the situation. Because he is there to help his country. So you entering plane, chartering plane, carrying people to go there and waste money, extra code, this and that, you are wasting your time. If what you said is not corroborated by the ambassador of the country in Nigeria, you are wasting your time. Because he will tell them that there's no rule of law, number one. Secondly, the power is so epileptic. Even he will tell you that as ambassador, we have our own generator. That is how to start. He said we have our own generator. There are some of the things we can't do because we don't have electricity. We generate our own. Security wise, we don't travel to so we don't move around freely in the Nigeria. It's not like in the 60s. This is what he will tabulate and give them report. Then those people will say, but how come other foreign countries are not investing? Why must it be only us? They will withdraw. Then they ask the ambassador in Ghana or in Senegal or in Rwanda. The man will give them. And when they look at that, they said, oh, Americans are investing here. Japanese, so many Japanese in Rwanda, even Russians, Brazilians, they will go there. So you entering plane, going to sleep in a hotel for 4 days. You come back, you tell them, you're just wasting time. You don't dribble white people. Oyibo don't do things out of sentiment, particularly when it pertains to money, to spend money. They don't do nepotism there. To be honest, you don't do nepotism. Tony Blair as prime minister, if you see the area he represented, Sedgefield, it's like a village. I've been there 8 miles from where I'm living. Tony Blair, prime minister for 10 years in UK. There is no university. In fact, only one big supermarket. Nothing like a big secondary school. Not to talk of no industry, nothing. But if it is in Nigeria, you make sure that area. So they don't do things. They will ask you, said after all, that is a small place. How many people are living there? They don't need more than this. Instead, they will go and invest it in London, where millions are living, or Manchester or Birmingham. But in Nigeria, instead of developing Aba, where people are living mainly on Onisha, or maybe the southern part, give us a rail from Lagos to Calabar to open up the south. They say, no, better go and put it in Niger. Don't leave that side. So that is the wickedness. So this is what P2B will change. When he comes in, he will just open up Nigeria, because this idea that Fulani put Nigeria in a cup and then squeeze us, everybody will be doing things feudal. Train your people in school, you can't train them. How do you marry a situation whereby the poverty rate in the south maybe below 50% or below 20, but in the north you are seeing 95, 98, 97, 91, all this Sharia belt. So how does democracy work? It won't work. That's why they are dragging us back. Send them to school, they won't. Even with 7 marks out of 200 for them to enter unity school, yet they won't. A whole Bayelsa state, I mean not Bayelsa, Zamfara, there was a year they had 200 people, the whole state, that will write school sat, which is what 2 secondary schools or 2 secondary schools in some states in the south will provide just to write WAEC, the whole state. So that tells you where we are. When Peter Obi comes in, he must be our president. He will open up Nigeria. All this grab power, open it up, free people so that people will be free to develop. That is
Mr.
the
CM,
thing. Yes,
can
please.
I give you an information? You know the director of JAM now,
Yeah.
execution of JAM now, she's a Fulani woman.
See, it's
And
always
his
Fulani that have
assistant,
been.
his assistant, now another Amsa man.
It's always Fulani that have the somebody. It's always a Muslim that will be in charge of. Always them. That jam, because they want to be. You know the thing. The way they want to do their thing is that, in feudal system. That's why people don't understand why Nigeria is underdeveloped. Feudal system believe that you don't need to talk. They just sit on you. They don't want the feudal system is only the children of the feudal class, the emir and the elite will go to school. Unlike us in the south, you will see somebody whose mother is selling akara by the roadside. Tomorrow you say, he score high in JAMB, it's now a university. Before you know, people that hasn't got graduate since 1920, all of a sudden everywhere, it's like every corner now, polytechnic, in the north, they don't want it this way. You want to open their eyes so that they challenge them. But in the south, that is what we want. We are liberated. We want to, we see the Western way of getting education, getting a skill, be a man of your own. Even the religion, you are free. Your father cannot force you to go to Catholic church. You may go to Pentecostal, he doesn't care. All he wants is that you are a man of yourself. But in the north, they want to sit down. Only the Fulani will want to control everything. So they want to transfer it down to the south. That is the issue. So when you talk everything, why should in a federation, police, everything will be if you want to register company in Abuja, everything, primary education, they want everything, they want to hold it, don't lose it. They want to control everything. That's why you had a road we spoil in Anambra. They say it's federal road. Oh yeah, federal, come and tie it now. Forget about that side. They didn't vote for APC. Leave them. They will be suffering. Why? And when you say leave all this road so that everybody will tar the road in his own state and then let's control our resources, he say no. Everything should be at Abuja. So until P2B gets in, you won't know the enormity. That's why they are preventing him, because he's going to open people's eyes. Ordinary what Jonathan did was a shocker to them. That's why they brought Boko Haram, because they know their people will topple them. Okay, if you don't want us to develop at our own pace, why not be on your own? Let me be on my own. You refuse. Everything they want to hold people together, just squeeze people so that you don't do anything on your own. Everything will be federal control. Everything federal. Everything federal. You put seaport there, must be federal. You put here, don't put here, don't put here. So all those things will stop. That is what is holding Nigeria back. The energy, the resources to make Nigeria just explode is there. But the cabal that were ruling, those Fulani, they say you have to come and bow down to them. Everything at them. You have to, if I will talk anyhow, nobody will arrest him or warn him. But let somebody from the southeast or somewhere say something. Tomorrow they go and they arrest him, say he's treason. He want to blow up the country, this or this. Look at what Rufai is doing. Nobody is touching him. All they want is, okay, by now you are talking of Muslim this. Is that what we are talking? Why not go and develop your people? Look at the level of illiteracy in Zamfara, Sokoto, Kano, Kaduna. Look at beggars. Nigeria is a third world country is because of those people. From Benue State down to the Atlantic. If we are a country like this, Tanzania can be better than us. I bet you. This power supply, because from Lagos down to Cross River, the whole South, we all go to school. Everybody want to be educated. Yoruba man want to have independent power supply, do it the way he want it. He want electricity, he want education, stay and do his work. The same thing with South, Southeast. So tell me, how then are we going to be poor? Tell me. Education is competition. If a Yoruba man takes first today, tomorrow, Benin man will like to challenge him, say, look, I can beat you. That's what we do. But when you get to they just want the North, they use unity to confuse us. When they talk of unity, just knowing that they want to use feudal system. Do they obey the rule of law? Have you had a Fulani steal money and the court charge him, they bring him to court? Look at Abak, look at all the things they are doing. So we know where we're headed to. That's why they don't want people to be. But I believe by the grace of God, the man will get in. When he gets in, he have to expose so many things. Just release Nigerians, release the energy, so that people will devolve all this power, change. Our constitution is even trash. We just have to write a constitution that will be our aspiration. You don't have to, somebody will come and write military dictator, everything is,
we already have a constitution now, which all of them signed. Both Hausa, Emir, Fulani, everybody signed it. GJ is already there.
That is not what we are going to use now. That's why our politicians are useless for you to contest. That's why this Obi is having this problem, because he doesn't bow down to them. He's not part of the people they anoint. If it were Jose Okalo, why he's wearing turban? You don't see Obi wear all these things. Okorocha, then they will say, bring this one. We don't want it. We don't. Oh, that's what we're doing. Why they remove Jonathan? Jonathan brought a 2014 conference. We want to implement it. They remove him. Then they use this Fulani Takia. Takia means Wayo. Before people come in, Erufai, they will restructure Nigeria. Erufai, go and form a committee. Till today, what happened? 8 years. Did you hear it again? They think we're joking. No, the thing is, we know where our problem is. It cannot work. Either they allow people to be, or everybody go his own way. It can't even, there's no compromise about that. Nobody will take all those type of things. We've suffered enough. All we are looking for now, people have been crying from north to south. The poor people have been crying. They now see somebody who will go in there, not steal money, not take, since he left Anambra, not even pure water. He doesn't take pension, nothing. The day he handed off, he said, removed his hand, it's okay. But look at Akpabio, Tinubu, all of them had pension from where the governor. Oshimola, I know he will have his own pension. All money they are collecting from the system, grabbing money. So how can this type of people be seen and things will work? So it's not. We know exactly what he's up against, but by the special grace of God, with the support of the people, all these retired, all these crooks that have been holding Nigeria at the jugular, they will all go away so that Nigeria will breathe. All this one they say allow the poor to breathe until Obi comes in. The poor is not breathing anything until Obi comes in. Yes.
Let me come from this angle. You mentioned one thing while you were giving a speech, and I'll relate it to this economic formula and what our PO spoke in the Chatham House. You see, you made mention of every tribe in Nigeria has an ancestral home.
Yes.
Yes. And whenever you wake up and you rise up one day, you say you are going to your home village.
Yes.
But the Fulani does not have a home village. Now, but we accepted them. But they don't want to accept us because of inferior complex.
It's true.
Because I see everything as inferior complex.
Yes.
And now, when you want to tie it to economic value now, you see, I see some potential. I see the potential Netherlands has. I see it in the Fulani and every Fulani man. The what they call it, the the Netherlands, they do a lot of they produce milk, dairy foods, and other
Yes,
things.
exactly. Yes, yeah.
And I
Dairy,
see that potentials in the Fulani as a whole, despite they don't have a homeland with a land which they can call their home, but because of the amalgamation and infiltration of open border, because of the open border policy Nigeria has, they came in and they got hold of some land which Nigeria really don't really open it up for them to come in. Now, why do they not want their people to be exposed? There are people to have prosperity, at least to a minimal way where they can provide their 3 square meal. They are not asking for too much. They are 3 square meal. Now, I now want to relate it to what Peter Obi said. He made mention of one thing which threatened the political facet of the North. He said one thing. He said, I am going to make the North a farmland where everybody, they will feed the entire Nigeria and feed some part of the West African coast. Yes. I am going to make them, I'm paraphrasing now, wiser and prosper, that we all will even forget the black gold that we have in Niger Delta. If you go into farming, you can generate 1.5 trillion annually. Thereby, Zamfara, Benue, Middle Belt can stand as a state that will feed some countries in Africa. That is what they don't want them to know. That is what, because an average Fulani man does not farm. He does not till the soil. But what he does is cattle rearing. They don't understand it because of their own kind of mentality. But in as much as our leaders are just trying to just play with them, mingle with them, because of what? Because of the financial gain and the stolen wealth which they will participate in. That is why they are not, because our problem, we know the bigger problem. The other problem we have is for us to deal with the big boys, as Theo said, the big boys in our own area. Because the big boys we have in the South, they are the problem of the South.
Of course, no. And
Because
they apply. See, Fulani system is that is feudal. Feudal means you will lord it over others.
Over the others, yes.
So in the North, they've succeeded in lording it. That's why they have beggars there. They can't do it in the South. All what they are doing is to get something like Okorocha or Juzokalo or one of these people. You will be answerable to them. They will tell you, for us to help you get power to your people, you have to do this. Then those people will come and then be antagonists to where we are going. But to their extent they can go, they can't stop us from going to school in the South. No. No leader can stop us from going to school. At most, your parents go contribute money, sell land, sell this thing. You live abroad. If you can't get, but you will go to school. If he can't give you job, you help yourself. So the only thing is that they feel for us, when we want to elect, you find out that even in your place, say a donor, you want to elect. If the Fulani are interested in one useless person, they will prop him up, use money, give and talk, give him money. If we steal ballot box in those days, now do everything, he go become governor. Una go say una no want time. That is what is happening in Imo State. Hope it's not the people choice. They just bring him to help them implement Ruga. That is the issue. When Okorocha was there, the same. Or Jews Okalu, the same. So this is the way they do it. But in P2B, they can't say they brought him. And the man is independent minded. And because of what he's going to do, they found that he's not corrupt. Therefore, he's not going there to enrich himself. the Fulani will like you if you are corrupt, because when you go there, you play their game. And because of that corruption, you'll be answerable to them. Otherwise, they release the FCC on you. So if you are not too clean like Obi, they won't like you. Tinubu, they know. Tinubu, all this forgery, they know when they were telling him, help us now, we will help you. They know. Akpabio that is there, it does not mean that Akpabio is the best person from the South, but they know that Akpabio will play ball because of EFCC case. So he will be playing ball. If you want to make say disagree, they bring up EFCC, he will mail again. So these are the type of people they want. If they can't get it, it will be difficult for them. So this is the type of things they look at how they use Wike. You know, Wike is crying now. He said it wasn't that DSS didn't clear him for minister. That man self, he didn't clear him for ministerial post. So Tinubu, like I read, I don't know whether
They didn't clear him.
uh, that is at least the not. It's not that DSS didn't clear him, but remember Wike used to say that him prefer PDP where be malaria than APC where be cancer. You don't finish them before. So remember in those days. So this is payback time. Even the power brokers in APC, they say they don't want him to come and be minister in their government. So Tinubu now use the DSS to say, DSS didn't clear you. They say it tongue-lash Tinubu, but I don't know. Maybe details will come. Now, Wike, all the money is put on Tambuwa, no way. All the money he put on Atiku, no way. Even the small rigging where he do for Agbado in River State, it was reversed because what they announced is not when P2B went to court showed in fact we all know that Labour won River State. So the guy is nowhere now. That is the issue. You see, this is the game they play. He's nowhere. So, but they have preferred him because he's corrupt. And if he messes up, they open EFCC for him. So he will better keep quiet. So that is the game that is being played in Nigeria. But P2B is just a person that they don't find anything in him and is not willing to play ball. So that is the why he's facing all this. Assuming P2B is corrupt or is willing to say, let us leave power. If I come in, I won't touch power. Those that are doing subsidy or NEPA, this will continue. They will say, okay, this thing wouldn't have happened. But look at the way things are happening. But people, the voice of the people is the voice of God. A lot of people must have
CM,
cried the youths, and then
they
this
will
is the game.
never sign any deal with Peter Obi because they don't have any leverage over him. They will
That
never
is the
try
thing.
it.
They won't.
They won't.
P2B won't even sign any deal. So far, he's corrupt. No, he won't. So they know. So that is the thing now. And P2B is popular among the youths. So that is the thing they are facing. This has been how they prop up corrupt politicians, all this, all that. This is how they do it. P2B is not like that. Assuming the man had small thing for EFCC, by now they go down escalate it. In fact, he wouldn't. That's why he's so confident, and they won't. So the Fulani doesn't want the people, their poor people in the north, to be educated. They don't want them. In fact, when I was a copper there, they even said it that they told them that English they are teaching is the language of oppression, language of Zionism of Israel, and language of America. America arms Israel. Israel is killing the Muslims in the Middle East. That's what they told me. That was in Kano. He said the emir told them not to pay attention to this. That what matters is Islamic religion, Quran. And I told
And
them
the
that
same America they will run to when they want to become president. They beg, they beg, approve me, approve me. These people
you
are
know
they are big hypocrites.
that is the thing now. You see, that is why their place is backward. Do you know that? In the south, Black Panther. No matter how corrupt our politicians in the south are, they can't stop us from going to school. Do you know that? They can't. No matter what, everybody can. Even you can open their own second. They can't
They
stop
know
us from
now,
going.
they
They
can't
know.
now.
So, and it's because of that education we have in the southwest. That's why we are challenging them. You can see in the north, like this Niger Watch platform, even if it's in Hausa, opened in Sokoto or Kano, they trash their politicians. They can't do that. Try it now. No way, you can't. You cannot do it. So that is it. So that's why all the time they will line them up 5 years. Just take this. Do you know that morally in the South, somebody who is 11 years, 12 years cannot say he's going to get PVC form. He can't. He or she cannot even dream of. It's not of age. Even the parents won't encourage her. But go to the north and see. They will line kids. Everybody come and take PVC. That's why if not for these beavers, in those days, you hear Kasena, 2,792,444.
See, that is why I said it one day in one of my submission. I said these people are not Muslim. It's like when you have some hypocrites in your they are in your religion. They pretend to be Muslim while they are not. They are not. I stand my ground because the way they do their things, you cannot be stealing. You cannot be, even if you want to do the feeder system itself. Let us look at other Islamic states. They themselves, they do feeder system, but feeder system does not take away 3 square meals from your own people. That is it. They take 3 square meals from them, making them like a slave, whereby they cannot eat without you being a part of the whole thing for them to eat. So that is a modern slavery.
It's true. They are not practicing Islam. They are practicing slavery there, not Islam. Because the largest Muslim country in the world is Indonesia in terms of population. But over 80% of the industries in Indonesia is built by Americans. And you go there, they are doing shift, even women. See them on trainers and t-shirts, jeans. They are doing shift. But when you come to the north, they say Islam say woman should not work. Now go to Saudi Arabia, the real Mecca. He said all these 4 wives is not that common. 1 wife, 1 to 2. But in Nigeria, Islam says 4. They breed children and they suffocate. I know it's in now. Even Saudi, are they not the people? They build schools for their people. Saudi has good hospitals. American hospitals are there. So many of our people are going to Saudi Arabia to work. Medical personnel all over the world. In other words, their hospital is standard and is Muslim. Why can't they build the best hospitals for everywhere in the north? They won't. That is their wickedness. The Fulani in Nigeria is wicked. Okay, there are Fulani in Ghana. But you cannot see Fulani in Ghana driving cattle from Tamale in the northern part of Ghana down to Accra in the coastal area. You can't see it. But they are the same Fulani. Why? Are they not the same Fulani? But in Nigeria, they tell you cattle route. Cattle route is only in Nigeria for Fulani. Is there no cattle route in Ghana?
Don't mind them. Nothing like cattle route. All those are olden days things that are dead.
8 years now we take do cattle route.
At that Fulani woman who is a she's a senator. He made a speech in the Senate Senate hall. He said that we Fulani from the north, we value our cattle more than even human beings.
Yeah.
A senator making such statement in the front of the whole country.
And 8 years, now Buhari used they do cattle route. Forget about power, electricity, nothing. 8 years cattle. Now we are not talking of cattle anymore. Cattle don't die. Ruga. So now we have to, you see. So when they talk, that's why, like we said, they don't practice Islam over there. All they do there is slavery. It's not Islam. They just use Islam to cover. Indonesia is #1 Muslim country. Indonesia. Go and see the Islam. Okay, can you be more Muslim than somebody from Saudi Arabia? What of Qatar? UAE, United Arab Emirates, is a federation of which Dubai and Abu Dhabi, all these things are something like different states. Look at Dubai. Have you forgotten they have emir in Dubai? But look at the development. Look at the hospitals there. But you come to Nigeria, you see them living in hut. Then one emir like Ganduje, then go pack dollar, put for Babariga. And when you talk, they say Islam. It's only the wicked ones. The worst form of Fulani are the type we have in Nigeria. There are Fulani in Uganda, if you don't know. Fulanis are in Uganda. They say they do business. They're even the people that dominate business in Uganda. You see them flying to Saudi, flying to Dubai, doing business in Kampala. But come to Nigeria, all they want is they will grab power and be milking the people. That's why they don't want the people to be exposed. They don't want it. They want them to remain illiterate forever so that they can use them anyhow they like. When you talk, they say, "Hey, the South want you people," then they release them. They go and be burning things down. That is the thing, because they can't go to school. Why the Muslims in the South, in the Southwest, they're educated. The Muslims in Yoruba land, they're educated. Why is it that only the Muslims in the North that are illiterates, mostly, they don't go to school? If you tell
That
them
is
to
why
get,
they said one thing. They made one fundamental statement. They said the Muslims in the South are not real Muslims.
you see,
Sometimes I begin to wonder. Sometimes they say their imam will say it. Oh, it's not them. Their imam will say it.
mm,
Yeah,
So
but that's the truth now. If you can't just lead a prayer where there's a Fulani man. It's not possible.
you
The
see,
the problem is not that, I don't know how to put it. People want to live with them, but they don't want to live
they
with
don't
you.
want. That is the weak. You see,
The
the thing
only
is
way they live with you is that they have to dominate you in
dominate you
everything.
and control everything, even when
But
they
it's
don't.
not possible.
Can you imagine? You will
and
tell
their
Look
own
at the
somebody,
whole
leadership,
of the North.
their
They
leadership
are
is
always
saying
the
that
one is being the governor in states in the North. How come? And they are less than the Hausas in population.
yeah, they are less. So
You have more than 10 Fulani governors
yes,
in
anywhere
in a
you
country
see,
of 36 states. More than,
any
come
anywhere
on.
you see, anywhere you see. Hey, back to this thing that something say. You know that thing it was Pat Tommy's interview that he said it. Pat Tommy said his Fulani friends told him that why the Fulani are so much interested, they are fighting tooth and nail to make sure Nigeria did not break up, is because they are not contiguous. They don't have ancestral land. Pat Tommy said it in the interview. I was shocked. He said they told him, because you can never, you can say Ile Ife, oh, Yorubas. Even if you see a Yoruba man in Medugri, in Kano, he will tell you, I know my ancestral distance. Bini will tell you this, he will be pointing towards home. Ejo will be pointing towards where he comes from. Ichekiri will tell you, Fulani has nowhere. They supplanted the Hausa. So if Nigeria crash, for Hausa will fight against them and take back their land. So that's why they are always interested. They plan themselves everywhere. Go to the army. Everywhere they want to put themselves. They use force, anything to suppress the Hausas. But coming down south, it was a difficult thing for them. So all they do is that they will look for some criminal agents in the south and collude with them and be eating money. That's
Yeah,
what they
but
want.
Dr. CN, but that's the game plan now. The game plan is to make Nigeria their ancestral land.
Yeah, and
That's the plan.
that ancestral land, remember this man of Bauchi State, this governor now that is doing second term. What is the
Bala,
name? Bala
Bala Mohammed.
Mohammed.
Yeah.
Shebi he was on Channels TV with a Chamberlain also. He said, yeah, the Fulani is a globe. This word global.
That
Yeah,
was, when
He said,
Austin declared
he's, uh,
whatever in Benue
he's,
State.
he said the Fulani is a global, that their plan of all this Ruga so that they have farm settlement. He said if we settle in Bayelsa, he becomes indigenous of Bayelsa. So Chamberlain asked him, he said yes. He said the Fulani can be indigenous of anywhere. If he settles in Bayelsa, he becomes that is his home, that is everything. Hey? Now I look and say, yes, these people, that is their plan. They know they are not indigenous to Nigeria. In Ghana, they don't make noise. It's only the only place Fulani raises their head is only in Nigeria. In Guinea, even when they don't allow them to rule. In what is it called? Nkurunziza of Central Africa drove them away. That was the cause of the fighting in this thing. Eh? Okay, so all those things,
Even in
it's only in Nigeria. Sokoto is a, what is it called? Zaza is Zaria. Katsina is a Hausa state. If you do history in secondary school, they will tell you the 7 Hausa states now. They will tell you Hausa in West Africa. Kano is a Hausa state. Rano is a Hausa town. It's Kano. Then Katsina and Zaria. Then
They
you
no
have
get any. They no get any place.
they, they no Fulani no get any place. That's why when that's why they're interested in power because Pat Otomi said this. I said yes. Okay. He said they confessed to him that why the Fulanis are always making sure that the Nigeria don't break up is because it will affect them because they don't have anywhere as per say this state na Fulanis get them or na this area. He said they are scattered. Scattered because they don't come here, they stay anywhere. So they don't. If you divide Nigeria today, Yoruba man in Meduguri knows that he's coming to the southwest. Bini man in Kano knows that he's going down to Bini. He knows his ancestral land, that is only there. But Fulani, where are you going to? Nothing. So they want Nigeria to be like so that they can have a stay. And that's why they want to put their people through this Ruga. If you give them land for Ruga, this is how it works. When you give them land for Ruga, maybe there will be few settled there. Before you know it, the small block they put around and use it as a prayer. Saudi Arabia will pump money. They will build a mosque. From that mosque, they will be expanding. Then there will be a riot. They will say, because they done this, and let them give them their local government. That small thing becomes a local government in that state. They will live. That's how they got. Ask people in Jos. Jos was predominantly Birom Christians. It's just because they started making trouble, they give them just not. So when you now want to appoint anybody from your state, they go there and take your representative, whether it's ambassador or anything. So that is their strategy. That is why Nigeria, and that's why they don't want the North, their and this thing, the houses to be educated and come up because you will challenge them. That's why they are for a long time. All these almajiris, these deliberate, they don't want it. They can never allow people to be educated. So that's why they make sure that their people are in strategic places so that when they meet, they say this is the situation, so that they don't take them unawares. Everything power. They want to be controlling better. There's always a sunset clause for everything. Hopefully this will be the time. It cannot work. Whether it will be gets in or to your tent, to your Israel. We can't know today.
Now to your turn to Israel. Oh.
We can't continue
We
messing up
can't continue this type of wahala.
60 years. The world is using technology. We can't use electricity. We can't get. Eh? They don't issue of this power. They want everything. They will hold everything. Fulani will hold. Okay. What is the sense in giving Dangote money to go and build a refinery? When you are own, this is own. Anyway, Black Panther beg, I think I will go and sleep so that we can be able to gather tomorrow. It's past midnight here. What?
I think even that Dangote himself, that guy he knows everything that is happening, and that guy he knows it because his uncle, his father was part of the game, so they know what is happening. That's why it's keeping silent. When people say, "Oh, Dangote is this, Dangote," is that, I just look at them. I will just they laugh. Who he be? When you monopolize one thing, you don't want people to come at. Who are you competing with? Nobody.
Do you know that if Ibeto is as a free market, he brought his cement at $1, crashed the price with shipload, everything. House rent must come down. So many houses that are collapsing in Nigeria might be because of not enough cement and mix of cement or cement and sand. Because there are direct impact of all these things. They just only Dangote will import sugar, import what is it called, salt, and then the cement, Dangote, everything Dangote. Look at refinery. Eh? So they know what they're doing better. There's a sunset clause. People have cried enough, so God have heard the cries of the people. P2B will not, P2B will get in, or else that thing they're afraid of, they will go. I don't know. That's why when I look at this thing Asari Dokubo is doing, I say, this guy, does he have sense at all? I would have supported Asari if Asari is saying full a joy, that is crying, all these things is, hey, at least if he develop cities like Yenego, I can go there and live. I don't care. But this one, you are still doing boy for Fulani people. They will deport, send you. Then now Tinubu is using you to cause confusion, and you are shouting. Eh? Look at what all those people are starting.
You know what Asari was telling his boys? You
Mhm.
said, since when my papa born me, I never thief before. Now I ask question, what you can't do for that place where they do bunkering? How you take your money? Before from sky, you say never thief before. What you they do for IC? Was it not piracy? You were pirate, you were doing piracy. You know, they think, well, the people they are talking to, they are just mumusha. They don't know what is happening. Because as it is now, Nigerians don't really get information. They don't really get it. If you look at an average Nigerian, when you talk to him, try to listen to him, and you will get it that it doesn't even have enough information to speak on some issues the way we know. Because one, the people, the government cut you off from information by cutting the power source. They know that if you have power source, the information that will be flowing will be mind-boggling. And if you look at the internet, this phone, GSM, whatever provider they brought in, do you know that it is only in the entire West Africa, it is only Nigeria that is operating in a separate kind of system that the provider can do you anything, nobody will cough.
Because Fulanis are in charge. I'm telling you.
That is it. You can't try it in any other country. Okay, why didn't they make it monthly? That was the question they were asking them. Why didn't you make it monthly? Look at MTN. MTN, when they release one of their end of year profit margin, the money MTN made in Nigeria within 2 years was 10 times more than what they want when they had in South Africa. 10 times.
Of course, no. I think they moved their head office to Nigeria or something.
They move it down tonight. They move it down. They move it down. They made more profit.
And do you know why? Because Fulani is in charge. Why can't you liberalize it so that some rich Southerners, maybe 2 or 3 billionaires, it should have been direct, but they want, the thing is, see, people don't know why, what Nigeria is in. They want, if it's possible to regulate air where you go breathe, Fulani will do it. Because they feel that if Nigeria becomes liberalized, the South will just be like another 1 million miles ahead of them, and they can't control anything. Because eventually, look at education. They want to use quota to keep people down. People started opening state university. And state universities in the South have, so many states have up to 2 or 3 universities owned by the state, individuals there. So education, they can't cope. And then people are free to go abroad to go and study. Industries, they can't give us. If you have money, you open, do everything. Is that that power of electricity? By the time that before the electricity federal grid, how can somebody in Edo State generate power? You have to go and put it in a federal so that somebody in Zamfara can use it. For what? Can't you generate your own? Can't you think and use sunlight and use a solar and develop electricity?
That is what we're saying. They don't want, see, the technology, the technology is available. The money is there. Yes. But they don't want to exploit this thing because there are so many areas. The solar panel would have been well be adopted in Africa, and it is very cheap.
If they do it, their people will start. Is it not in the north? But Nigeria and one country. A police, regular police, you see. Islamic police arrest a regular police in the north. Say he was talking to a woman. Oh boy, when you hear what thing that happened, you go surprised. Hisba police in Kano can arrest.
I hear about that one. They're not bad. Those people they're not bad. They're sick.
In Keke Napep, Keke cannot carry a man and a woman in the same keke. Boy, you see, that Sharia is to keep them down. Don't they
And
look?
Obasanjo na cause this, you know.
The Sharia
Obasanjo na do am. This Sharia issue. Obasanjo, ask Obasanjo, why will you allow them to have different judicial system? He said, no, they're just trying, it is in the north, it's not in the south. That if they do it, it will die a natural death. You know, I said, which kind of natural death? You are dividing your country by allowing to have two different systems. It just fit because maybe that's what is signed with them. I don't know, because I believe that was the sign with them. It is one of the major problems because there are some fundamental things that is in your constitution that you don't need to breach. You need to hold it firm. Is when it comes to what the lingua franca and what law is adopted by your constitution. But the mumu OBJ now just allow them to prove. Just allow them to flow. And that's why we see this division. That's why I see the whole thing does blow up now. They use religion like bread and butter to lay on Nigerians up and down like people don't get papa and mama.
If you know, in the north, they put everything under the cover of religion. You ask them, what you should tell them is that the largest Muslim country in the world is Indonesia. Indonesia is population of people. There are how many million? So much. Virtually 90% Islam. But go and see how advanced they are. Go and see how advanced. You can't tell an Indonesian, say, oh, no, woman, no, they come out in the day. It's an against, it's a lie. All those things are lie. Say women, no, they come out in the day. If they want to do census in Indonesia, everybody will come out and be counted. But in Nigeria, they say, no, you don't go in, they don't come out. You know, this, they don't want them to see like they
They'll say it's again Islam system.
Yeah,
These people,
Islam. Yeah, Islam. It's like you want to speak English. You tell me you know English more than an Englishman. Is it not their language? Hey, yes, you can speak German more than a German. They say German, not their language. That's why they're called German. You go, you learn it. You come and be telling him their culture. No. Nah. Islam is in Indonesia. More people practice it, and they are developing fast. Nigeria is not. They are ahead of Nigeria in everything, and they are Muslims. Go look at Dubai. Everybody is running Dubai. Forgetting that Dubai is not America or Canada. Dubai is a Muslim country with an emir, just like you have Kano. They look at what is happening there. Education, everything. But when you come to Nigeria, they will pack everything. They don't want people to be educated, to see light. It's only when it comes to rigging. Have you forgotten? Go and check the presidential election result in 2015 and 2019. 2015 especially.
Oh boy, then rig that one, you can't for everybody eye.
You will hear kind of 3 million.
Now this what they fear me be that now 3 million, 4 million.
Casina 2 million. So because when there's a way they do it, they say, oh, this one, well, now they get for Anambra, Imo, Cross River, all these things. Only Lagos can get up to 1 million. Other ones are 200 and something. By the time they bring Kaduna, Kasina, and Kano, Buhari
that was why Erufai was saying it now, that they know the count. They know they have the numbers.
They have the number. Until these beavers came.
The beavers, they paralyzed them. Oh.
Now the correct word, they paralyzed them. So when you now say, when they come, and when you tell them all these millions from Zamfara, what is the enrollment in WAEC? People be asked that question. But when it comes to election, you hear 2 million. From one state, 2 million.
You go even ask where those 2 million then come from. Is it not the scanty village on again? Where those 2 million will come? If you look at it from the Google map, when the way they do them, you go see. If you look out for the map, the whole place go just brown, nothing there.
those that did the census in those days, say in Bauchi, if you come, they say, they know they come out. Count 32. You for one household, write 32. You know, see them, then go write 32. Then you move. God, they say, this one at 29, the other at 54, that side. Where are they now? So small children. They went out there in Sioux. They are women, all these things, they don't come out. And you're right. Later they will tell you the population of Kano. Kano is more than 32 million people.
Oga, you remember when we did do election, that police commissioner where come from the north, where they ask and say, why is 13 years old voting? Why are they small? They are small in they are small in size, and they said they are above 18. Some of them are 4 years old, but they say they're 18. Did you hear what is a whole commissioner of police? You know, hear what he talk. He says some of them is their stature, a whole commissioner na stature. Somebody small, you know, they talk again.
So not only then get small stature. Oh boy, let me. You see the cheating, eh? You see the cheating is. Look, if to say, to be honest with you, it would have been a different case that even if they claim they are 500 billion in population, but they are educated. Do you see it? Because they
It
will
should
be
have been much
hungry.
better now.
They will be hungry for development the way we are, and they won't allow their people to talk to them. You know, look at it. Okay, just look at Indonesia. They are Muslims. They are Muslim, much more than Nigeria. Their women are working, studying, everything. But when you come to Nigeria, they say, no, Islam say woman should not do. Now lie. All those things are lies. They just keep that. That's why, in fact, that's why they dealt with Jonathan, because they found out that Jonathan go and start Al-Majri school, wear uniform with them. They tell them, make them go school. They say,
Jonathan just be like mumu, na mumu that one just do.
This man one can open their eyes so that they're gonna disagree with them now. He won't do revolution. They go bring
What happened to Jonathan that time was that he was afraid. Not matter of what came out of his mouth that, oh, I will not do this, I will not cause people to buy all those. Jonathan was just afraid of what is going to happen. That was the problem. He was just afraid.
He was afraid.
Because if you are the commander in chief, nobody should authorize you, nor give you order. Do you know what it means to be commander in chief?
Come on here now.
You're almost a god.
You can remove any soldier, appoint another person. Appoint people that are loyal to you. You tell them what you want. That's why you are commander in chief.
But he just stay there, say, I am doing it for the country. Nobody's life is what this. I just look and say, see this one, okay.
Look at people where they buy generator. That them force that bat energy. Go lie to Jonathan, you talk nonsense. And people said when the man was minister for power improved because he had the key. He know what to want to implement. Jonathan just a woman, he say, come on. The man didn't steal. He's not corrupt. EFCC no find nothing now. It's just because of just the cabal say no, they don't want because he want to block. I know Peter B won't find it easy when he enter bet with if he just declare everything, they will see. By the time Peter Obi
you know when they ask Peter Obi about I go take collect money for the hand, he tell them one thing, say, look, I'm not going to do something, come the house for the money, but in that money, make them bring 65%, then they'll take me them bring that, make they take the rest. This one a wise one because you don't want me to use the money cost war now.
Yes.
So make them take 30, make them bring the remaining 70. And that one they okay. So that they take and establish. But without enterprise, those who are just sitting down there doing nothing.
In fact, even if people will tell them, out of that, okay, give us 70%, whole 30. You know, then go bring them. After some time, you go arrest them again. Say that 30, make them bring 20, make 10 there for them. After all, waiting. You have to. This is the power of the state. You can't do anything. You are even lucky they know.
Then go cry you.
Now that is how to you know that type of thing now. You go say 70, then go happy. You go use that 70, they develop things quickly because now windfall. Then after that you invite them again. Say from that 30, after all you are getting old. Release 20 for us, make you keep 10. If you know say then after all that money where you thief. So let me not know how you go
I
save.
just pray I just pray make Obi make they just finish the thing, make Obi enter. Anyhow they
Make
want
you
to do, I
enter.
mean I know say make just enter. All these people, oh boy, make they make zoo for them. When they put all of them inside that zoo.
Do you know what annoyed me? When I see Oshimola Oshimola at that age, he still they talk like can they do a boy walk. Eh? Oshimola. Ordinarily, you know, say the man for don't go school
Suradi Taylor.
quiet.
That one is Suradi Taylor now.
Quietly, still on TV, they argue. They say, Ashiwaju no promise a miracle. It's not a magician.
You see, if you look at Oshimole, if you look at his history, come down to when he became NLC chairman, and come look at how he speak. You go look at the person. First of all, the major thing that play a role in that man's life na poverty. The second thing that play a role in his life, na hunger of he allow mammon to take over. He accepted. No, do you know he accepted corruption? He accepted it.
Yes.
Not that the first he accepted it. If you look at when he started, when he was ruling as a governor, he gradually came before you know it, he took that billion naira, whatever they talk project, the thing disappeared. That means he accepted corruption because he couldn't play that role while he was NLC chairman. He couldn't do it because he was deeply into the emancipation of the things. He was against what the government was doing. He was proposing to the government, but all of a sudden it just changed. Because as an NLC chairman, there was money for him now to play around with. But all of a sudden, he decided. Adama, look, when I went through all his history, I concluded that man decided to be corrupt. I don't know what came into him. Because in NLC, he's in control of billions of naira. He was in control of billions. And he never found one thing.
In fact, waiting the news where I go expect to develop. You know, as we can no day anywhere now. He go reveal a lot of things. already, when I look at that week, at the PTM, he don't go tell him governor where he put for River State. He'd advise.
Wike is in trouble.
Of course, now he said he told the governor, say whenever you go to Abuja for meeting, you come back. Do not go like 2 days before. Later, he say after the meeting, you stayed for 1 week. He say because they will tell you bring money that there's one party they want develop. He say Rivers money is for Rivers people. Those who vote for you, now Rivers here then they make you know they sleep for Abuja. You know all these things now from experience. You know, Fulani use week well. The money
they use them, go forget them. They use and die.
The money where they collect from him.
They use them, man.
Particularly maybe since they know say it's a bit drink, they feel buy that kind drink, keep for them. When they come, they immediately then go tell them make it the drink, then go leave them. When they don't see say don't drink, then go bring the topic. Then go bring the topic, come. That's when in the advice that in governor, this a new governor of Rivers. Now no say they really if he open up, the only FCC know how much of Rivers money in give to
That
Tampon.
man stole Rivers money, not be small thing.
Hey,
He stole it, not be control.
He telling governor say make you know they sleep for Abuja. When you finish meeting, you come back home. Don't sleep there. The people that have elected you are here. Before you know, they will start to tell you, bring this money, Rivers money, to use and develop one party. No way. Rivers money is for Rivers people. So when he was saying it, I know they say, because nothing. He was bringing money, doling money out. and all those money they don't work am, no receipt. Now look at where he did. Eh? How can you finish? You still they go negotiate for minister where you don't do before. He was a junior minister in education when Amechi was governor. You finish and can't do. I mean, you started from chairman of a local government for 2 terms. You finish. You come into government as chief of staff.
He said he will not go for any. He's not looking for position. You remember?
Yeah, he
See
says so.
that weary.
Not only the thing, part of the thing where he talk, he say me, PDP na malaria. Make I dey where they go cure malaria. APC na stage 4 cancer. What na they go there do? Okay. Now an APC in the follow they look for ministerial post. Say they no give him a shout.
No mind now.
The news will come and say Tinubu tell and say EFC, I mean DSS no clear him. He and Ganduje.
They won't give Ganduje national chairman now. They don't propose that.
For APC. Make them go there now.
People don't want to make it. In own state, no want time to be chairman. That be the wonderful thing.
That one no.
They fight time.
That one no concern me. That one na them. My interest na make people be enter so that all these people go just leave Nigeria for just come out because then go run come out now. People like we can go find somewhere stay. We can be move because you get advice where person go they give person you go no say na from experience. So make it know the maybe we can sleep for Abuja that then go.
Weekend na drunkard now.
It is.
Now drunkard it be now. You know see when they go Abuja go the beg am. Where that NDDC chairman was still NDDC money. Where be sending president now. You know see when they gather for wiki house for the where they begin they come beg and make it help them. And look at these people are saying, what they worry Nigerian politicians?
This thing called power. As Wike then now, Wike is powerless. Wike is powerless now. As you see him so, I don't know how he could manage the sleep now. He there powerless. Because he no get anything. Any man can see him for street now, harass him well. You no get anything again. No power.
Go Bible proof now.
It was so sure Ingo clinch president or Atiku go use them as vice. That's why he leaves Senate. You know what goes.
Now true you talk. Or you to say no. If I take Senate too.
If I take Senate, take a
at all, nine bad pass.
The day river. He go win. He go say he say no one Senate because he feels say no matter what. Either they use them for vice, then go win, or this one where you see say the thing go get like Atiku no fee win.
But Atiku mess up.
Mm-hmm.
Atiku he no calculate well at all.
Atiku no if no be greed, how can you every
he to say calculate well go make Wike vice? He for cover many things so.
But if we make Wike vice, Wike go shine past Atiku now. So they no want them.
If to say, let's say for instance now, somebody they ambitious, they ambitious. Your ambition supposed to be tied on the seat itself, the major seat. Not be say somebody come they bully you. All be say maybe you just sit down for there. Maybe they know you because you're ambitious. But this one has it like say past ambition. Maybe get one thing against Wike himself because if you cannot see an A, you go take F because Wike was like an A to him to galvanize the South, to even reduce Agbado vote well, galvanize South, galvanize some part of Southeast. But they just say, one Wike, go choose that Dolly from our side, Delta. That one they call Akon. If you know they call Akon, they call her. That one they smile every time. He go pick am. That one just carry state money, give am. Say take do election. And now the state don dey owe more than Delta State dey trouble. They never get better governor.
And that Delta, in fact, na true. Delta money them and they never they get thieves. See Ibori now. Shall they say Ibori won't be minister? Hey.
You go get am now.
Okay, make we dey look them now. You go get them.
No be class of 95.
Exactly.
I wetin they call am?
99. Class of 99.
Class of 99. You go give all of them contract now. You know, say alumni of thief. Class of 99, alumni of thief. So you go give them contract. Now that one are they sure banker. Tinubu should do that kind of thing.
In fact, what did they think now? Be say, what thing we can go do now? Yeah? And this PDP way there, you know, get impact anymore. If you leave and enter APC, nothing for him. If you run con labor, people no go regard them. So what you go do now? Anyway, Black Panther now go sleep. Time don't pass, so that we go gather tomorrow again.
Yes, so Wike don't finish now. He no get party again, no, because PDP go to suspend them.
See,
you no get party again now.
Exactly. If
he don't move now, he don't move.
The relevance, maybe every two weeks, he go call in governor, go advise them openly, make people take the note, say it. Because nothing, now, like play, nothing for him again now. Nothing for him. He was so confident, he not even want Senate. He said no.
Now because of the money, now money make am dey confident. You know, say he went to Sokoto, he go donate almost 500 million. He went to Kaduna, 500 million. He go Lagos, 500 million. People they wonder, where this man they see all this money now? And if they pay the money, or not, they say no, they pay him. They pay him. You know, it was going around. It was like a spoiled child that he lose balls. He was just going around donating money because money has its own kind of spirit. The money they move van. Anybody that come, he go settle. He don't go north, go settle, Sultan, all of them. He don't get that confident.
Even the bill where consign them and the one where not consign them, he go settle.
Oh boy, he settle am. He come. He say come. He say, una know say they no go give am. Una know say he na good man, but you know say they no go give am. When he make that statement, I look this man say, wetin dey worry this man? Do your own campaign, leave Obi alone.
Exactly.
Now you come back on the talk say Obi na strong man, na this, na that. They talk like that. You say Obi no be una because you know say Obi won. You know now, and God go punish him for this one where he do so.
You know the thing. If to say, see the report, they say DSS no clear him that is a security risk. He can't be minister. That is the meaning now.
You go to talk now. I go to talk now. You want me to go talk secret?
So Ian Ganduje, they say Ganduje no make noise. Ganduje taking own as a gentleman. Waka come out. We can shout.
You know the Ganduje own. Him dey on tape. Him dey on camera where they carry money for $1 for inside pocket. That thing don't rubbish him. If you do anything for life again. That thing is too much. It go expose the government. How can you carry $1? They bribe you. You carry, instead of to say your PA may put them for inside. You don't even trust your own PA. Say you cannot put it inside in cloth.
They say that is the thing. Now so it takes stand. People where them bring Tinubu call and tell and say the Department for State Security no clear you for ministerial appointment because we a security risk.
Na risk.
He said Ganduje taking on with as a gentleman come out. We can raise voice. All the thing where he do for you, all the risk where he take. Now no one pay me back. I don't know how he go take the sleep now. All this we can. So, so, so you go say, hey, you go say, like, say, make him become governor of River State again. He go show people pepper, but he don't late now. He don't donate him money finish. He go, they donate money for Sokoto, go donate anywhere. They donate
that guy robbed River State. Man, and
finish.
look, River State, that means River State, they get too much money because upon all the money where that man steal, you see they build bridge, build road, build everywhere,
No,
developing state.
not the ones where Buhari, where they insist before they no give them.
How much they won't give am the whole central bank?
No, but you know that kind of thing now. It doesn't. You know there are certain things he won't tell you before they release them. Maybe he go.
That guy
he go
get
give,
cash, oh.
he go give
Hi.
them small.
I know
State,
before he
the
get
normal
cash, oh.
13% derivation. The highest paid is Akwa Ibom. After Akwa Ibom, Delta. After Delta, Rivers.
But Akwa Ibom, that boy, that man walk too.
Mm-hmm.
If you see what that guy take do road there, Jesus.
Akwa Ibom man get sense. They know the, you know how Fulani go whack you be say. The moment they come to you, constantly say you get ambition to be anything in federal.
They go don't enter one chance.
You don't enter. Now if they bring and come, you say no, you never, so then go leave you because no. The moment we can begin talk. First of all, you say, I'm not an Igbo man, I'm a reverse man. Fulani go say, yeah.
Can you imagine that stupid talk?
We don't get
where you come from. Trace your history. Okay, he no be okay. Let's say for instance, I say don't talk to no be Igbo man. Let him go tracing history, make him tell us the history of Ikwere.
No, mind. No, the thing is that what you go ask anybody be say. If he say no be Igbo, why? How come the Secretary General of Ohaneze Ndi Igbo is Ikwere man? The one we hand over to the present executive.
You see?
know when I've been in a platform when people talk that thing, I've shake my head. They no allow me talk until I raise hand.
They not go allow you talk now. You know, so they know you. They know you now.
I try. They say time that I say okay. Let me say. I no talk them. I said there's.
I go tell me to somebody where the beer where Kwirima the beer in bar. The beer in bar Chinedu. You tell me say no be Igbo man. Which kind talk with that one?
So what thing I take finish them beside, I said there's a socio-cultural organization called Afenifere for Yoruba people. I said yes. I said, can they make me the Secretary General of Afenifere? Somebody say no. I said, do you know why? He said, because you are not Yoruba. I said, good. I said, so anybody will go be Secretary General of Afenifere must be Yoruba. He said, yes.
Mm-hmm.
I said, but the former Secretary General of Ohaneze Ndi Igbo, you see somebody from Ikwere. He said, are you sure? I mentioned the name. They Google and see say not true. I said, so is Ikwere man not Igbo? They laugh. I said, so when we can talk we can the Amuichi, I think they're from the same local government.
Now the same local government, Ikwere people then be now. That's why they're stubborn like that now.
Amuichi said nobody could deprive him of his Igbo heritage in Igbo man. But
you
we
see?
Because he the
vice president.
He said I'm a reverse man.
But you don't know say Fulani they know say na Igbo man indeed. They not can come out.
Fulani they like anybody will go. Say if you the rubbish your people, Fulani go come for you quickly.
That's so that they'll come for you fast.
Give
now
you
opportunity
money.
now.
Give you money.
Opportunity.
But if they say this man liking people, one betray them, then go leave you. So that was how they enter Wike straight. Say this man he can play ball. They promise on heaven and earth.
Wike na mumuma. He mumu too much. See, and I don't go chopping for meat. It's good for him, sha. Me then they deal with him. Everybody go chop the breakfast.
They don't deal with him. That's no. They don't handle and not be said this. They don't handle Wike well.
Me then they deal with him.
Minister, now you go, minister.
No, normally, if I say make I add to this, when what did they call him? Wike the River State governor. Fear go let Asari talk the way they talk so.
They not born now. We no go fit talk.
True. Not true.
He no go fit
Yes.
like you know say that one na
If-
he head the
in
touch
fair-
now.
In
So it be
fairness,
like say this new I be not be the same state that day.
in
No,
fact,
now because this one quiet. This one a
this
quiet
one,
person.
or
You
maybe
know
he
if you know what
just
they in
enter. He
mind.
never
He
exactly.
never
But
write well.
we can the Afari don't
Our
misunderstand
governor go
before.
quiet. What are you saying? We are talking about federal
State
executive
power.
governor.
Exactly.
They go soon look they go soon bite this Asari. Make they use and finish now.
Citizen wey dey under you go dey threaten you. How is that
Exactly.
possible?
Imagine. It's true. It's not possible, man.
Arrest
Yes,
him, make we see wetin president go do, whether he
uh,
go publicly support am.
Exactly. Before you know, you send somebody that is threatening the peace. I mean, you are the chief security officer. You go to organize thugs. They even sing. They throw say if you do anyhow, governor now you
If you do anyhow, you collect.
A whole governor, executive governor, now you they talk to like that.
But you know one thing about Asari. Asari no dey comot for outside for inside River State. Now for inside, you know they come outside now.
It doesn't mean after all the place where the person no go. Just tell state security service of your state. You call them, call the police. Say, look, this man should come and this. Just go and get order. They pick him up. Then make
people will go crazy. Plenty. Shai Peter will become power. Sha.
I'm telling you.
My brother.
Now applause, na full Nigeria. Applause.
They plenty. To be honest,
all of them know say constitution no dey now. He know say we no get constitution. They know
making sense at all. What is happening?
It's true.
The country not even be like country again.
It's true. You know,
see, Oga Elvis, now we they pronounce say, oh, we have a constitution, let's live by this constitution. They know say no day. That's why they talk anyhow. They know say no day. How can you, a citizen, they talk to governor? Imagine.
Imagine Asari, they do parade.
They let us go sleep, my people.
They cost governor if you do anyhow. Now they
go collect.
You go collect.
We no find in trouble. Trouble day in Yanga go wake up. You go collect.
They go collect.
If I be governor of his state, Oga CM,
I go pick him up. I go pick him.
I no go waste time.
If I be governor of his state, those
I go pick him. If you like making start to fire bullet, I go pick him up.
I go fire. Where you want fire ram?
Where you want fire the bullet?
Do you know what it means? Executive governor of his state.
Executive governor, at least you say.
Where you want fire? Anybody who you hear say shoot one bullet. Now, if you have gone it down.
You have gone him down. Just
what are you saying? Fire waiting.
Look
like saying you black part away they told you fiercely they your corner. You not feel the government.
No, you know say they never kill a president now, Buhari.
It's true.
They never kill him now. This one a bomb they use for him now. Not be bullet too.
How can you say you don't know what it they be? Say whether he be governor, they just rig him in yesterday. If we do anyhow, you take it.
He said, as far as I'm concerned, he's just a god. Is not recognized.
That man self.
A whole government is not recognized.
Yeah, now the problem be that. So how many people have condemned that statement now? The people that are quick to say the obedient are violent.
Yes.
How many of them?
They fear Sari, all of them they fear. Right?
Just imagine somebody saying that to a sitting governor. Governor.
See, as far as I'm concerned, you are not recognized anywhere.
If you want even quote constitution, but you not come see anywhere to quote. He was referring to the constitution.
Oh, wow.
He said he have the capacity to turn River State upside down.
So now because say I German, I didn't just allow the election go like that.
No, how we could go fear see the year say he boy that they talk to us like this. So
you don't go feel anything because the Fubara himself, not be Fubara, now Fubara now. Now Fubara be the governor. The guy be like saying I even weak man self. I don't know.
But not be wicked put on.
Now we can put on.
Wike is still
We
not
can
seeing
still
the shock.
struggle for your survival.
Wike never recover from the shock where they say that DSS no clear Wike for ministerial post because him na security risk. You know the meaning of when you fail DSS test. Say they
But-
no
So,
clear you.
Now,
Dr.
what is
CN,
Wike benefit from Tinubu now, Seth?
even
He say,
that
they
now
say,
this now all
they
this
say it,
ministerial position now.
they say it was when they tell you and Ganduje taking on as a gentleman, waka come out, Wike raising voice, shout. So
So you sure say Tinubu will give Wike a position before they remove the form?
Me, I even feel say that security risk. So now even Fulani now I reject them.
Now. See, Intel they call Wike and Ganduje, give them the result from DSS. Ganduje looking on, carry on like gentleman, waka come out, say Wike shout, say waiting upon all these things where he put in sacrifice, risk in life, do all these things, rig for you. That's all I want treat them. They say nothing. Ingo he never recover from the shock. And when he recover, maybe Asare, he go know whether he go tell Fubara, waiting to tell Asare because as things stand now, Wike authority now for Rivers State only. Ingo the act. You can't act on the national anymore because
But
people go shout and down.
The list is coming out today now, later today, right?
Okay.
The ministerial list.
The only thing Wike fit lobby now, may they give an ambassador to one type of Romania.
Can you imagine? They won't give position. They give Wike Minister of Police. Oh God, Nigeria don't finish.
They don't give them.
Now police now they put for a head. Now you know see the list before when the list day outside that time. Now
They
police
don't that list. They don't say.
Okay. Minister
Now Minister of Police now.
They don't say
Minister
now.
for Police
They
Affairs.
turn that list. Yeah.
Now the portfolio they put for a head with that now.
You know why they give them that list?
It's the same thing we are saying. If you see that list now, how come all the key top positions now still those people the thing go meet?
You know why they go give Wike police be say no be say they like him. Now make it go there,
value.
Make it
Because
go
he get liver. Now make them they won't put on for somewhere go hot. But the people on police now organization for Nigeria now. They not give a military now, ain't go take over. So they just have police there.
To me, why they put them for that police if to say they go and so that because there's no way every week the whole country must complain of police now. So when they fall, then go talk, say Wike, call your boys to order because they go tell her like that. So
and Wike na lawyer. So as a lawyer now, you know say police na lawyers they be like lawyer too. So as a lawyer now, they go know the law.
Which law?
Because they don't put any other person there. Wike na Olodo.
Wike go even use that police fighting enemy if to say them he grab him. He go say he go deploy police. If na the party where like one do primary, he gonna go send police. He go say nobody should go there.
Now ballot box he go still finish.
or if na Tambua will disappoint him, if it's commissioner for police to Sokoto State, now the kind person where go they give him trouble, he say I post you to Sokoto State.
See, my grievance with that Wike, with only Wike alone, assuming he not even join us, he just allowed a free and fair election. With all this rigging, Peter Obi would have still won.
Exactly. Look at Akwa Ibom.
Because I'm sure we would have gotten like 1.something million votes from Rivers.
Exactly. Look at Akwa Ibom. The
Yes.
Akwa Ibom disturbed. Everything went free and fair, despite na PDP state. Even Cross River, it went free and fair, despite them be APC. And they allowed the thing to flow.
That's the problem I have with Wike. If Wike had allowed a free and fair election,
he
would have.
But Wike, you know, say Wike get more than 10,000, whatever he call them. All those people where they go stand around for him. They don't tell and say, guy, we go lose River State too. Now make him feel go openly rig. You know, say he openly rig.
Something thousand or personal assistant on election.
Yes, because they be informant now. So they don't get information say he go lose the election. They don't tell him now. That was why he was begging after the presidential. He now go to beg, say no be so, no be so, no be so that they go vote him boy in. Now beg, he go beg. Now they beg with goats, palm wine, everything. They go beg all those chiefs because they were angry at him for rig. How can he rig? He just rig like saying be ordinary human being.
But that rigging will work against them now.
You know, and I make Agbado the verse now. He go rig anyhow. You know, say Agbado no like that. Agbado he own talk. But we can just carry the person where they write result, go in house. He go the right time.
Even the Rivers, they didn't actually wanted him to rig the way he rigged. At least they just wanted 25% from there.
That is what they wanted. But he rigged anyhow. And that was very stupid of him. Because as a lawyer, you shouldn't go too low.
Forget about the law. We can go do court for university, say law. You know, say we can. He get something where he talk. He say, I know they're born again, rich like that. So
yes,
that's why. If to say na in day,
that guy na here man. No,
I remember.
If to say na in day, Asari no go talk this thing. He go that their camp carry.
They no Asari. They not born Asari well now.
Asari can talk am. Say waiting. And I remember when he talk, he say, look, made them he say, can't try. He say, you know, they're born again, rich like, in be Christian, you know, rich like that. I remember one time where
you know, when Asari they talk that time, when you want to talk to Wiki that time, go say, even that man where they for River State safe. You know, saying the yarn, we yarn pass am. That's why they talk now. You know, they throw stone anyhow go meet them now. Because you know, say, what you know, we can know him. We cannot be normal politicians. He be like Agberu, but he just the dress with suit and cloth. Inside of him, he not like Agberu. So you know Agberu now, they know they care. They do if they want to take you down, and then they look back. So in believe say we can go use state machinery take and down because we can himself get all those militants for in pocket. All those they take care all of them. He get them for pocket too. They pay them monthly.
Yes,
Billy, all of them. You know, say they go fit take and down.
If you want get Asari self, how much Asari they? If you call those some militants where they with Asari, give them better thousands of dollars.
We can get militant, go. They're there for River State. They get militant now. We can don't where they do bunkery. We can hold, look at. We can hold all the bad boys. You know what
Black
you do?
Panther. The guy when you mentioned just now. What's that name again? Tom Ateke. Where those ones? They I never hear those ones for a long time.
Those ones they do bunkering now. Whether they don't kill them, whether they don't buy, I don't even know. But now bunkering that one face because all the big boys don't let them come up. Now we can they punch you pour money that time. That's why Asari Dokubo was afraid because this other guy will get federal government contract.
Polo.
That one, they pursue and that one wrong, go hide with juju, everything. As I Dokubo was just talking now, if they want to catch him now very simple thing now. Who he be? He state one arrest and a very simple thing. You don't need very simple. Because I don't know what they do all these governors said, me go there for power. Immediately just mention that in Peke, I'll just send snipers, everybody. If you argue with them, I'm gonna take them down. I'm not saying anybody, nothing will happen.
They know say now federal might now. They know say now he's talking through federal might.
The way he insulted the governor is so
the way he insulted the governor can take him down. Nothing will happen.
They're not going to talk now. That's the problem. The double standard.
There's one thing about Nigerian government. If you buy like this, if they buy you, nothing go happen. If you not be only riot, go riot.
It's government now. It's only government that has the monopoly of violence.
If that guy where they say quiet now, he go use government parastatals or the government soldier. He go use the same militant. Now he go use. So all those ones they talk say I go use SSS, DSS. Me use a DSS. I go call one of the bad boys where they lead there. Mokuna go take and down. I go give him 1 billion. Who him be? Not be human being. They not buy Libyan president. for under drainage. Now they for draw out drainage under drainage. Now one small boy drag her out. If you want, if you now one small boy drag her out.
I don't see Fubara not did that level.
Fubara na money no money.
Na very
But
gentle.
I no go trust them because people are quiet. They can be bloody. That make me I no fit trust them. They can be bloody.
But not be if you know reach to that extent, just like people like Weekend and Nature now.
No, you know what I say? That guy fit dey bloody. For the former governor to fit trust him, carry power give am, and that guy cover up for the governor when they do auditing. He cover up. Now he cover all the money we chop so. Now they cover am. That's why we cannot trust any other person now.
Yeah, because you know, say the governor now, not the accountant he be. So the guy hand no.
The guy hand no clean and he quiet.
Of course now, Wicked don't rub the hand with better oil. So the guy not go really fit talk anything.
You know where for bring the guy? The guy was working in an auditing department. Now they work director the manager there. Before we can go drag her out. Out of all the leaders, all of them. Now that one from back. Now we can go carry and come. He climbed all the rest. He climbed the rest. We can say they sponsor anybody. He no want choose. Now we can directly choose them. My guy there for Port Harcourt now. Where I call. Now we can choose them. All of them close my pen. Anybody who cough, we can don't tell and say if you cough, that's what we can take select. Because they talk say I not select anybody. Because they talk lie. Now we can select. All of them know so they're surprised. Even if the deputy governor, we can go bring professor. That one don't know anything about politics. So that one would just dead dull there.
But what we can do, the master key way in play for that Rivers saying, he carry all the leaders along, all of them. Of them, all those big name, carry all of them along.
All of them. That be from Edo State. They carry them along. They give them money, they go.
They give everybody food, chop. That's what now we can be that.
And it can't work. It can't work again.
Eventually. Now long-term planner, but the activity for this will be campaign. Sometimes if I just lie down, they think, okay, assuming we can just allow this thing and we will get just 1.something million vote for Rivers. This story, because that 1.something million now, it's not only as if it go add to Obi votes, it will still deduct from Tinubu's votes. So at the end of the day,
you know why I no agree. You know why I no agree. One, he no believe say Obi go fit get even 2 million votes.
Yeah.
You no believe him.
None of them believe.
They no believe like.
Assuming them believe, them for stop him.
They for stop him now. Assuming believe, it to say we can know so Obi go get that kind of amount of vote. We can for play game with Obi.
Yeah, because essentially, Wiki was looking for survival.
Yes.
Assuming no say Obi go perform like this, if for join Obi,
for join Obi now. Not be making a talk after the election. He go to beg. Now we get a beg now. He was on camera now. He was begging.
When he addressed those traders, he said,
yes,
Peter,
he was begging now. He never knew. So Obi go get kind of vote. He said it now. He said Obi now be the surprise.
So now be the hero of the election.
Hero of the election.
It is well.
All of them, they go sleep. Then they go they dream about Obi. All of them.
It is well.
No mind them. Oh boy. Gentlemen, I won't go sleep.
Swallow, make I go.
On a good night.
Good night to Ninja Watch. Thank you for the opportunity to contribute. Because now this time, yeah, the fee panel. Thank you very much, Ninja Watch. Thank you, everybody.
All right. Thank you very much, everybody. I appreciate you all.
Ninja Watch, I mean, thank you. I don't know whether you hear.
Of course,
do well.
Thank you.
Thank you for the opportunity.
Thank you, sir.
I'm very grateful. Yeah. Thank you so much.
I appreciate you, Oga Chris.
You do well, sir. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. Oga CM, and also see Doc Comot.
I for talk that time, my mouth they busy. No, see, say sometimes when you stay late like this, so kind hungry, can't they beat you?
No, the best way to become obese now, to know they sleep quick because you will eat more. If you stay awake late, you eat more, and obesity don't they come with that. So,
Now, so thank you very much. I
thank
appreciate
you,
it.
sir. I'm grateful. Thank you.
Yeah. Now tomorrow you go be Black Panther. Thank you very much.
Later today, you mean?
Yeah, later this evening again. You are right.
Okay.
Thank you, sir. Have a good night.
Good night,
Dolly
sir.
77, thank you very much for the super chat. That is wonderful. May God bless you. May your pocket never run dry. I really do appreciate this.
Amen.
All right, we need to round up right now. Mother of all, Mommy Diaspora, thank you for staying awake with us as usual. Yes, I can see EJ Dima right there with us. Thank you very much. I can see more people who were with there. Who was there? Ugowi O, Kingsley Giraki, Peg Modi, and many more. Thank you very much, my people. Permit me to round up right now. I'll join you guys again by 6 p.m. Take care and good night.
Good night, sir.